Hi, everyone, and welcome to Education Abroad 101. This event is kicking off the Find Your Place quest, where we are asking students to discover and impact the world. The point of this quest is that it is a series of events this semester that helps guide students through the process of setting goals, looking through different programs for education abroad or away or virtual programs, whichever way that best suits you for gaining your global education. And to find out more about the events that are taking place this semester, I'm going to direct you to our website, which can be found at MiamiOH.edu/eaFair. And our events basically, like I said, will begin with this overview of education abroad at Miami, following to an event to set goals and choose a program. Then we'll have events, information sessions from different program providers, so you can get a better idea of which programs are out there. And we'll have student panels with students sharing their experiences and why they chose the program they did. And then we'll get into financing and scholarships. And again, this is all happening for our Fair Week, which is March 1st through the 5th. To help you as you go through this journey, through this quest, we have a quest guide. Basically, this is a worksheet that helps you figure out your goals and sort through your different options for programs that will help you achieve your goals. And again, all of this can be found on our website as you go through the quest. Now to get into our Education Abroad 101 overview of education abroad opportunities at Miami. So first, what is education abroad? Basically, education abroad is an academic credit-bearing experience, but that can come across in many different ways, right? So education abroad programs vary in length, in location, in general experience. So it could be a study abroad program, or it could be a program within the United States, or a virtual program. And there's different benefits and different costs to all of these programs. So choosing the best one for you really depends on you understanding these differences and understanding which type of program will best meet you, your goals, and your needs. We can divide these into three main categories. We have our campus in Luxembourg called MUDEC, which is a great program where you can take Miami courses in a chateau in the middle of Western Europe. Then we have faculty-led programs. This is what it sounds like. These are study abroad programs that are led by Miami faculty members. These typically take place over the short term, either during winter term or summer. And then if these programs aren't meeting your needs, we have transfer credit programs that are all over the world. They vary in length, and there's just that extra step of getting those course credits to transfer back to Miami. So I've been talking about goals a lot, and it's really important to understand why you want to get a global education. And there's a lot of different answers to this question. None of them better than the other. It's all personal based on you and what your desires are. Maybe you want to gain more intercultural competence skills, right? This is a globalized world we're living in, and being able to communicate and work with people from different cultural backgrounds is increasingly important. Maybe you want to work on your own self-improvement, either increasing your self-confidence or your independence. Maybe you want to learn a new language or perfect the language that you're currently learning. Getting a global education is also a great way to meet people from all around the world. And these are relationships that are really meaningful and could last a very long time. Also, getting a global education is a great way to get more international professional experience. It looks great on a resume. It's great to talk about during an interview. And again, this is such a unique opportunity that you have while you're studying at a university to take advantage of getting this global education now while it's available to you. So with these advantages in mind, let's go through some of the different program options, starting with our MiamiOH campus in Luxembourg, and I'll pass it over to our MiamiOH coordinator, Carrie Strader.
Thanks, Annalie. Again, my name is Carrie Strader. I'm the coordinator of the MiamiOH program. I say the MiamiOH program, but it really is lots of different programs. We have options during each semester. We have summer programs. We have actually other faculty-led programs that go to our campus in Luxembourg. So there's lots of different ways to get involved. It is a really long-standing Miami tradition that we're really proud of. So we celebrated 50 years of educating Miami students in 2018. We started in 1968. So there are thousands of Miamians who have gone and studied in Luxembourg. Like I said, we have options, for the semester, the summer, even year-long options. It's all Miami classes and credit and tuition. The interesting thing is that you'll take a mix of classes that will go towards, global perspectives, a thematic sequence, different Miami plan requirements. And for a handful of majors, we also do have some upper level courses. And you'll take classes with European faculty members who have really interesting viewpoints and backgrounds and teaching styles that are different from what you might be used to at home. And then we also have faculty from Ohio who will come over with you and teach, on a year-long basis in Luxembourg. So it's a really interesting community, and it's really great to be a part of it. It is very seamless in terms of financial aid and scholarships. If you have any scholarships or financial aid from Miami, they automatically apply. It's a Miami campus. So that part is very simple. And we do have very generous alumni donations. And so you can apply for additional scholarships that are specific to this program. So lots of different types of students choose MiamiOH. It is really a Miami experience. So if you like the idea of going with a group of other Miami students, something that I think is unique and fun about MiamiOH is that you go study abroad, and typically it pulls people from all over different parts of campus. People don't really generally know each other before they get there, but then you go and you bond and you travel together and learn, and then you can come back and be with your study abroad friends on campus after you get back, which is pretty unique. And so you really have that kind of extra community when you come back to Oxford. It's a very engaged program. So we have lots of opportunities for community engagement. Our students live with host families. We have a really robust service learning opportunities where you can go out and get involved in the local community. Like I said, we live with European hosts. That's really an important part of the program for you to get to know Luxembourg. And it's a very interesting country. There's many different languages are spoken. It's kind of a mix of all these various Western European cultures, but then also people come from all over the world to live and work in Luxembourg. So it's a really wonderful, diverse place. And like I said, we've been there for a very long time, and it's a long-standing Miami tradition. Miami has lots of connections. We have an internship program where you can do internships over the summer. You can also do an internship, instead of an elective course as part of your semester studies. And we also have study tours. So those are classes that you take the whole semester, but there's a 5-day long period where you leave and go to another European country with your faculty member and your classmates. It's kind of like a mini faculty-led program. You go to a place that you've been learning about the whole semester and really get to explore it. So that's just part of the MiamiOH experience, and it's definitely something I think every student should consider.
Thanks, Carrie. Another big staple of the Miami Education Abroad experience and your options are faculty-led programs. So like I said, these are programs that are led by Miami faculty for Miami credit, and there's a great variety in programs. So they're all over the world, including within the United States. There's a lot of great experiences within the US, whether you are going to Hollywood to understand the film industry or to New York City to explore what theater is like in New York. But of course, it's around the world as well: Europe, Asia, Latin America, Africa, Oceania. These program offerings do vary each year, but they can stay consistent. So if you are planning ahead, which you should, feel free to check out our website, view the program offerings, and think about which program you might want to take, whether it's this year or the next year. They are primarily short-term programs, so that's during your winter term or summer term. If you've ever sat around for a long like 6 weeks of winter, kind of bored at home, maybe you should consider a faculty-led program. They can run anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks, with more lengthy programs over the summer. And because of this, also the credit amounts for these programs vary as well. So for a winter program, it might be 3 to 6 credits, but it could go up to 9 or even 12 credits for a summer program. Because they are Miami programs, they do cost Miami tuition plus a program fee. It is possible to apply financial aid or Miami scholarships, but it is just really important to make sure that those scholarships would apply to a short-term program over summer or winter term if that's when you're doing this program. Faculty-led programs are really great for students who want to be with the comfort of that Miami group, right? Because you're traveling abroad with a group of Miami students, and it's a good way to explore new locations, being in the comfort with Miami students and a Miami faculty member. It's also great for students who want to experience that experiential learning environment, right? With these programs, you're not often sitting in a classroom, but you're visiting sites, you're meeting with professionals in the local country, you're out doing field work or research. Again, because it's Miami credit, you know exactly which Miami requirements those courses are going to fulfill. Any of these programs that are international will fulfill your Global Perspectives requirements, and some of these programs will fill other Miami Plan requirements, or some of them might even fill major or minor requirements as well. Again, they do cost Miami tuition with a program fee, and really great just to have that comfort and knowledge of the Miami experience while you're traveling abroad or around the United States. And then if you're looking through these programs, but you're not really finding what you want, we have a wide variety of transfer credit programs. And I will pass this to my colleague, Kevin, to discuss your different options for transfer credit programs.
Thank you, Annalee. Hi, everyone. My name is Kevin Fitzgerald, and I work a lot with the transfer credit programs. Here at Miami University, transfer credit programs really help fill in the niche that is not able to be satisfied by our Luxembourg program and by our faculty-led. Some popular options might be a study abroad semester in Japan, or perhaps immersive language programs in Russian or Spanish, or perhaps you really want to get to South America and be a local student there for a semester or for a summer. Within the transfer credit programs, it's broken down into 3 distinct areas. One is exchange. These are our student-for-student exchanges that we have, where say you would like to go to the University of Glasgow and a University of Glasgow student wants to come here. This is a great way that you pay your Miami tuition and switch places with someone at a partner school. A lot of our students like this opportunity, especially because you are a local student at a local university, walking the halls, taking classes, and really immersing yourself in that local culture. Another option that we have here is our new co-sponsored programs. Co-sponsored programs are really awesome because you're going abroad with a provider who is helping support you on site, helping you go to a local university, perhaps teaching those classes. Perhaps you've never been abroad before, and this is a great option for you to go on and to have that support while you need it. And then perhaps you're feeling good and you're feeling confident about your travels, and then you can kind of use less of that support. The other nice thing about this is that through paying the Miami tuition, you can actually use your Miami scholarships as well. This program is launching in spring of 21 and is growing in popularity, and we look forward to helping you along those programs. Some premier locations would be Florence, Sevilla, and in Prague. Very cool. There you can see the list. And this is the first round, and there'll be some more added to it over the coming years. So make sure you check in. And then our last one we have here is approved. Approved programs can be over summer and winter, very popular options. Perhaps you aren't interested in some of the faculty-led program locations or topics and you need something else. Or perhaps you and your friends are looking perhaps to go to Barcelona, and there's a program that is running there that doesn't fall under the exchange or co-sponsor route. This would be the approved route. On these, Miami Scholarship cannot go with you. However, your aid, if you are doing loans and things like that, can. So these are also great options for you. So what's interesting about these is sometimes we'll have students come in and be like, I would like to escape the Miami bubble a little bit. And perhaps that would be why you want to go on a transfer credit program. Because usually you'll travel as an individual, or you'll be in a group of 2 or 3 students from Miami, but you'll be intermixed with students from a whole bunch of other universities. You will be earning credit hours from a foreign institution or perhaps from a different institution than Miami. So these will be transfer credits. So your GPA will not be affected. The credits will transfer, but really it comes down to how. And so we would work with you and all your individual major and minor departments in making sure that when those courses do come back, they work for you in your degree acquisition. And then finally, a lot of students like these transfer credit programs because there's a greater variety in courses and locations. While our Luxembourg program is awesome, it does not have a great breadth of courses that can be taken there that you might find as like in our co-sponsored program in Prague.
Great, thank you, Kevin.
You're very welcome, Annalie.
So the key here is to start planning for your global education early. Come in and talk to us. We're here to help. We're having virtual advising appointments this semester, and come along with us on the Find Your Place quest. Like I said, we'll have more information sessions on financing your education, setting your goals, and then more in-depth presentations on the different programs that we have offered, with different events and student panels to help you really understand the pros and cons of each of the programs so that you can make your own decision for what kind of global education is best for you. Do we have any questions?
None at this time.
Great. Thank you all.
We'll see you on the quest all.